Hey guys, welcome back to Headmaster Reviews. What we're taking a look at is the latest in the Mastermade SD figuration project, their mega series SDT-05 Odin. This is obviously their homage to Fort Max. Really cool stuff. It's got the triple transforming, combining Headmaster and things like that. They also sent me the statue series piece. I think this is going to be ST-04. Since all 5 of them don't have statues, but I'm not sure. Didn't come with a box, but I've got the pieces to that as well. Not doing transformations in this video because they are... I think the only thing easier than these are those one-step transformers at freaking Walmart, man. They are that simple. If you guys requested, I will definitely do a transformation video, but not here. Alright, so I'm going to give you guys a spread, a picture of everything that comes in between the 2 packages, both Odin and the statue for Odin, and then we'll get on review on this guy. Gonna try to be as clear and concise with this as possible. It's a lot of stuff, a lot of pieces, so yeah, let's get this thing started. Alright, and here he is, Mastermade Odin. Let's get a quick height for you. It's about 9 1/4 inches tall, and that's with the SD style head on there. Get a roundabout here. That's a cool backpack. I like that. Those are actually gauntlets that attach to his fist. And checking out the posability here, articulation. Decent amount of up-down movements. Full 360 on the head. And it's pretty much just like Titan. Their Metroplex. And I love that he doesn't necessarily have a double joint or anything like that, but it goes well past 90 degrees regardless. It's really cool. And you can see the different points of articulation in the fingers there. It's better to just show you. Alright, I'm seeing 3 points there, as well as a multiply articulated thumb. It's really cool, and it even swings up and down there. Alright. And that ball joint, everything's nice and stiff and sturdy, and you can hear the nice clicks and things like that. Kind of squeaky, so I don't know what to do about that because it's squeaky, but it's not tight, so I don't necessarily want to do shock oil and then all of a sudden have it just sliding around everywhere. So I'm gonna post on some forums and ask what I should do there, but you know, the squeak is minimal, but it's still kind of annoying. And you guys hear that. So decent articulation. There you go, that balance for you right there. And there is die cast in these thighs and whatnot. This is a heavy piece. It's nice. Die cast in the feet as well. Lots of ankle tilt. And there's the heel. It does move up and down the front of the foot, but that's more for the transformation than anything else. Alright, so looking at something basic, check out the knee joints there as well. These clip into place. And just squeaking. An Iron Man pose for you there. And it's not just about the fact that this thing can do it. It does it so damned easily. That's the thing. It's insane. This thing glides into poses, and it's awesome. Like I've told you guys before in reviews, when it comes to posing figures and stuff like that, a lot of these poses use a lot of the same angles and things like that. You know, walking, Iron Man pose, this and that. You'll see. Alright. And then let's play with angles a little bit here. So, you saw him walking straight forward, but then, just by raising the camera up and getting that little bit of downward view there, completely different. You raise it up even further. Add some camera tilt. Now it's more dynamic. You know, so that's just fun stuff. And when it comes to, I know this is kind of off topic and things like that, but when it comes to photography, because I get asked all the time, most of your problems are going to be solved by just shooting. Shoot, 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 shoot until you can't shoot anymore. For every shot you pick, make sure that you've taken 30 until you start to get more comfortable with it. And then it'll eventually wind down to 10, but sometimes it's still maybe 50 before you get the freaking right shot out of the same shot that you try all those times. But just shoot, have fun with it, and you're not going to learn your equipment unless you learn your equipment, you know? But anyway, on with this review. Alright, now we're going to look at this guy's weapons. So first we're going to start with those gauntlets, since they're right there on his back. Alright, what you do, you just pop them off on the sides. Unhinge these two claws on the sides here. That part slides up. This is already down, but sometimes it's like that. You just flick it out with your fingernail. It pegs in. Get these right. Make sure the hands are in a fist. Pegs in. And then those two things on the side, peg in right there. And I don't even have to look at the other side. So there is some mobility. The little thumbs on each side, there are two. Right there, and then 2 points of articulation for these fingers as well. So that's just becoming unpegged. Let's go ahead, do the other side. Just unpeg, unpeg, boom. Slide it in first. That's just me not making sure that's in a fist. Boom, peg, peg, boom. Alright. These things are pretty damn mean. It sucks that he doesn't have wrist swivel with him or anything like that. There you go, they're the gauntlets. Pretty cool stuff, right? Alright, so add a little bit more to it. We're gonna take the little cerebro spike, whatever you want to call them, out. And he also comes with two of these light things here. CR2032 cell batteries. Alright. So they can either peg in or have flat bottoms. You just replace it in the head like so. Make sure it's pegged all the way down so you can get that pegged back. Peg back. Alright, there's that. Now his eyes are lit up. Let's turn off the lights here so you can see it. Pretty bright lights. Now, one also fits inside of his chest as well. You just take that peg down, slide it right in. And it's just that push button on the front. Alright, and I think my battery's kind of going. So my bad there, but... there's that. So overall, pretty cool stuff. Let's take a look. Well, you could actually use the sword. In conjunction with the hands. Here's the sword. Just pegs in. Right out of the thing there. Well, at one point, guys, I tell you what, I had it. there's that. Yeah, I'm just gonna take the gauntlets off. I'm just making sure I don't have this upside down or anything like that. I don't believe I do. Nope, it pegs in. Just peg it into the inside of the hands. It should be okay from there, but we will see. Yeah, there we go. I'll actually keep that. Gauntlet on. Alright. Alright, so there's that. I don't really know how to pose with a sword. It's not like I haven't done it before, but one-handed especially. But you get the drift. We'll go a little bit more basic with that. Right. There's a sword. Also comes with a BFG. Big freaking gun. Same deal. And you can hold it one-handed or two-handed, which is really cool. You even have to get his fingers to kind of go around the handle and stuff like that for it to look right. It still just pegs in. And really strong joints on this guy too. I'm actually gonna get the camera up some here. And there we go. There go his weapons. Alright, and here's a look at the statue set for it. Neat stuff. No moving pieces or anything like that. It does have a light on the chest. These track parts don't attach anywhere on them, which is kind of unfortunate. I think it'd make a, decent look or something like that. A little bit more filled out. There's that part. We'll actually remove the head. Get the track pieces out of the way. It also comes with these alternate red pieces for the sword. It's pretty straightforward. These pop out. This stuff pops in. And there's a tell to each. Like, it's pretty obvious that these smaller parts go on the side. And it's like a big hole, little hole. And the shape kind of guides you as well. Just make sure to try to press them in evenly because they're pretty exact. You don't want to break it either. They are that clear plastic, so even though they don't feel fragile, clear plastic in general is just a little bit more brittle, frail. Alright, so there's the sword. I like it much better. And the red deco, that's more what I'm used to on Fort Max figures. So we'll get that out of the way. We have Odin back. We're going to remove the head here. Put this guy on. Alright. Oh. So you can actually see it. Let's bring the camera up. My bad. And it just slides into place. Took the head right off. Bring it up at the chest. I forgot that it does that. So, yeah. Get his thumb down. And basically, these track pieces slide onto his back. Ugh, the squeaking. And if yours your copies do this as well, let me know. I'd like to hear if that's just a my copy thing or everybody's. This is a production copy, so I would imagine mine's not the only one, but I wouldn't be mad if it is, because I wouldn't really wish this on anybody else, you know? Alright, and there he is. See how tall he is with the head on? So about the same height. Well, he's a little bit closer to 9 inches, so about a 1/4 inch difference in height with the smaller head on. But, so you can see him all around. And he's got a much more, you could say normal because of the smaller head, but to me it's a really super robot aesthetic. I mean, small head, really big forearms, really huge calves and things like that, really tiny waist. I mean, yeah, it's insane. And then you look at all the little tampo markings and stuff like that throughout this. It's part of the reason I like this line so much, you know, but at the same time I could see where, you know, if you're a hardcore just Transformer enthusiast to the point where, you know, you really are anal about things looking accurate to the cartoons or comics and things like that, I get it. I could get why some of these design cues would be a turnoff to people. So I'm not saying there's a right or wrong to it. I love it, but I could definitely see why others wouldn't. Alright, so we're just getting these gauntlets on again. Boom, boom. And even more so that just bing bang super robot awesomeness. I love it. Alright, I'm actually gonna bring that up. See if there's not some kind of way to get that out of the way so that you can hold his sword. Nah, that's just not happening. So, alright. Take one of the gauntlets off. So you see how he looks with the red sword. Find his palm here. Oh! Alright, I feel like this will be better from bottom view. Boom, there it is. That's what the statue series dash. And here he is next to Apollo and Titan. They both have the statue series pieces attached as well. I gotta admit, I did not realize just how much bigger he is than the other ones in this line until right now. This is the first time I've actually had them side by side or anything like that. This is crazy. So, let me see how tall these guys are. So we're looking at about 7 inches to 9 inches, of course. He is about 7.5 inches tall from what I'm seeing, Titan. Man, so he's a big-um. He is certainly a big-um. So let's zoom in and just kind of take a look. But you can see, you know, shared style pieces like the hands and stuff like that between the three. But man, good looking line. I love that these are scaled so decently towards each other. Alright, and of course here he is next to Diabolus Rex as well as Lord Scorpion. Still the biggest of the group. Scorpion's not too far off. Let's see how tall this one is. Alright, so now we're at 8.5 inches to 9 inches, so closing in. This one's hunched over, but he is another 7.5 inches, so same height as Titan on him. But yeah, just good looking group, man. Jesus, these are some pretty big bots, and it's kind of goes to a theory that I guess I've always had, that Decepticons just plain, they get cooler designs, man. I mean, I understand that this is mecha as all get out, this version of Scorponok, but just in general, man, it's a giant transforming Scorpion into a fortress compared to like this, which looks a lot like, you know, Titan and things like that, and then a freaking T-Rex on this end. Yeah, Decepticons are cooler. But anyway, those are your comparisons right there. Right now, all we have to do is review the Headmaster itself. Can't say that this is a first because they did do the same thing with Lord Scorpion, but that was kind of a transformer that transformed into a face and then kind of just went into a helmet. But this is an actual triple changing Headmaster. I think this one's a little bit more creative. So let's get this guy transformed. These pieces down. Get this head turned around. Alright, so shoulders come up. And this hinge right here, this double hinge, both, you know, 2 robot mode as well as, there we go. Because that has to come up. Just watch out because it's kind of tight. That's all I'm saying. Alright. Shoulder pads come up as well. Alright, now we're just screwing around with the waist. Now the feet. These unclip, but I'm unsure which side unclips. A little confused. Alright. There we go. It's unnecessarily hard. You actually have to flex these 2 side pieces out and then pull. Should probably be a lot easier for you than for me. Maybe I'm just uncoordinated. I don't know. Flip that shoulder pad up. So there's that. Badass little SD. Cerebros. See if I can't get his feet straight though, that'd help. Alright. Now height wise, this guy is about, I'd say 4 1/4 inches tall. Give you guys a roundabout. It's about what you'd expect, you know. And he actually has missile launchers on his wrist, so gotta remember to flip those. That's freaking cool. But looking, you know, he has up-down movement. Just not a lot of space. You can bring these shoulder pieces down. It's just hard with that double hinge. It's really, it's like stupid tight for no reason. I don't like it. Alright, so what I'm doing, I'm angling this up a little bit, and there we go. I think that looks a lot more appropriate. But technically has 360 head movement. You gotta watch this. Small, not necessarily fiddly, but it can become unpegged. Up-down movement. So shoulders, you saw the double hinges there. It's cool that the shoulder armor moves, but not the tightest. Elbow bend, 90 degrees. No articulation in the wrist, but he does have a wrist peg there for his weapon, which I'll show in a second. Full waist swivel, even has ab crunch with it, which is cool. Not a lot of forward kick because of these peg pieces right there for the transformation. Some back swing, like no outward swing at all. The ankles do tilt though. Alright, and as for his weapon, it's just the tip of the sword. You have options because it's a statue series of either red or green. But it's kind of cool that he gets his sword while the statue series is on. And just to give you guys a pose here. So there's that. And of course, the Headmaster is a Headmaster. Alright. This one's way more simple. Just turn the waist around there. And of course, that's the first time I've popped it off with the ball joint period. But the magic of doing things on camera. That's just how it goes. Turn that head around again. And this, you can keep it down if you want waist articulation, or put it back up. That little peg there. But alright. Here he be. Get a load of his height. He is just under 2 inches tall. Spikes, cerebros, whatever you want to call them. Has a very quick roundabout here. Full head articulation. Decent shoulders, just kind of blocked by the big face on the back. He's got elbow bend. I wish there was some way to kind of extend these out, but it's very much so one of those what it is pieces. Alright, you saw the waist swivel there. He has it. Knee bend. Front and back swing. Not really any outward swing. And he actually does have some ankle tilt. So, for the sake of getting him into some kind of pose... it's kind of hard to really emulate anything, to be honest with you. Alright. Well, he's sort of walking. He's walking as little people do. But there you go. Here's the cruiser mode. And honestly, I mean, you can kind of see what the transformation is. You put his arms back, you put his feet straight, there's a connector piece. It's just really simple. You can move the blasters up if you want, break it up a little bit, but I mean, it's very much so what it is. I think that this mode is very much so carried by the cohesiveness of the colors rather than, you know, any kind of cohesiveness in the, I guess, aesthetic itself, you know? Because I guess I even imagine this, like, if it was a prototype, gray colors or something like that, I don't think it would look quite as well, but I mean, it works for what it's worth, for sure. I definitely prefer the Fortress mode to this. So, let's see, front to back, it is approximately 14 inches, so it's a long piece, man. If you're going to display this in this particular alt mode, by all means, have some space for it. Okay, now, one thing that I really don't like about this, and I guess the Fortress mode as well, because they both utilize the cockpit. Get focused here. You can actually set him inside, but it doesn't close all the way. So, I don't know if it was purposeful or some kind of design flaw, or design even, but it just, yeah, it's not a good look, you know? It's one of those deals to where, why would you purposely do that? So, it's okay, but who flies around with their window up? It's not like he really has to breathe being a robot or anything like that, but still, it just doesn't look right. Alright, but not to drone on too long about this mode. That's the cruiser mode. Alright, and here it is in its base mode. Pretty straightforward stuff. Stupid simple transformation. And honestly, it looks decent. I would say this is my favorite base mode for sure. It would definitely be Apollo if it had like full train tracks with the statue added and stuff like that. But you know, this one looks good. It's got that, definitely got that futuristic mecha kind of vibe going. The colors are vibrant. And I really like how it kind of goes upwards. Just in terms of your focal point and stuff like that. It's definitely not bad. Now, with the statue series piece, of course there are those 2 extension pieces right here. Get those plugged in. And it does come with the 2 ramps. And just to give myself more space, and since it doesn't affect the backside of this piece at all, I'm going to actually take it off of the rotating stand, just so I have some room. It makes it pretty long. Alright, you can just angle those down, and now he has ramps as well. Now, it'd really be cool if it had something like little cards or something like that. You know, do you guys remember Fans Project's Assaulter? How it came with those little model figures of Transformers pieces and things like that? It'd be cool if you had something there that could kind of go with this, but unfortunately you don't. Now, you go ahead and set him inside of the cockpit, just like the cruiser mode, or we'll actually show it off here. You have the option of placing one of these light pieces up here, and it gives some light to the top side too. So, just so you can see how it looks all lit up. Right, there's that. We'll go ahead and get that chest piece lit too. So not bad, not too crazy. It's kind of one of those what it is kind of things. Get some lights on here. Sorry if this shines really bright when I first turn the lights on, but it's kind of one of those is what it is things. And just so you can see how spikes, cerebros, whatever, scales with it. And of course he wants to not balance now. Put his arms straight. Get the camera a little bit lower here. Just so that we can get a shot of everything. But there you go. There is Mastermade, their Mega Series, SDT-05. This is Odin, as well as the statue kit for it. I'm guessing it'd be like ST-04 since this is 4th. I didn't get a box with mine. It honestly all came with the box, and I really appreciate Mastermind giving me the opportunity to videotape, photograph this thing, you know, generally promote it, share my thoughts, etc., etc. As for you guys, you can buy it at The Chosen Prime, TF Source, ages 3 and up, Toy Dojo, wherever you shop, they carry these, man. Awesome pieces, plenty of die-casts and stuff like that. Honestly, I think they're some of the most, I guess, crossover-worthy Transformer stuff out there, particularly from a third party. They've got the transformation aspect. They've got the mecha styling and things like that for maybe non-Transformers fans. They've got die-cast pieces galore, and they are big, chunky monkeys. Like, these things are heavy. They're no joke. So if you're into diecast stuff, man, and I'm not just talking about this figure, I'm talking about the whole line, because honestly, it's one of the best things going in terms of Transformers. And since they have the statue series, which give you those not as SD proportions, I think they start to go more towards super robots, because then even though they have the small heads, they've got huge forearms, etc., etc. Like I said previously, you know, just lots of options, lots of appeal. This is good stuff. So if you haven't, I would really suggest, giving one a try. Or if you're going to a convention, TFCon or something like that, man, ask if you can pull one of these things out of the shelf if it's there and just touch it, hold it, like feel how heavy and like sturdy it is in hand and things like that, man. I think you're gonna really want to check one out for yourself afterwards. But anyway, this has been another Kuma Style review. Check out the full written review and gallery on the website. Link will be in the description, as well as that info button upper right hand corner. As for these videos, like, share, subscribe. Your views are always appreciated, and please leave your comments on this in the comments section. See you next time.